Randy Clay here. Today I'd like to discuss with you some ideas for right hand finger picking on the guitar. So let's get right down to it. On the right hand, your fingers are abbreviated using the Spanish word that corresponds to the English word for that finger. The thumb would be pulgar or P. Index finger would be indice or I. The middle finger is major or M, and the A finger is the ring finger is the annular or A finger. So on the right hand it's P, I, M, A. Now there are two different types of strokes we want to start out talking about on the guitar. The first one is the rest stroke. The rest stroke is when you play off the left tip of the thumb or the finger and come across the string to rest on the adjacent string, using the right amount of skin and nail to achieve a good tone quality. For example, I'm going to play across the first string with my I or index finger, coming to rest on the second string, also with my M finger. The idea now is to alternate from I to M, letting each finger rest on the adjacent string. I, M, alternating. I'll make an impression off the left tip of my finger where you should be coming across the string, right about that area. Rest strokes are mainly used for playing individual notes on the guitar when playing melodies, note runs, or scales. That sort of thing. Okay, the second type of stroke we want to address today is the free stroke. A free stroke is when you play off the left tip of the thumb or fingers with the fingers more curled so as not to hit the adjacent string of the guitar. Home position, so to speak, for free strokes would be like this. The thumb would rest on either the fourth, fifth, or sixth string, depending on what the bass note of the chord is. The I, M, and A finger would rest on the first three strings consecutively. Index on the third, M on the second, and A on the first. The thumb would pluck downward, and the fingers would pluck upward. On the left hand, I'm going to be using an A minor chord. On the right hand, you'll be playing P, I, M, A. Notice how the fingers don't hit the adjacent string and the notes are ringing freely. The string numbers are 5, 3, 2, 1. The notes out of the A minor chord that you're plucking are A, C, E. All right, let's demonstrate some of these two types of right hand techniques in a couple short solo pieces. The first one, we'll be using mainly free strokes because we're playing arpeggios from chords. The chords involved in this piece are A minor, E7, and D minor. Notice on the A minor, your thumb would be on the fifth string because the bass note is an A. On the E7, your thumb would move to the sixth to get the low E. And on the D minor chord, your thumb moves to the fourth string to get your D bass note. This piece is called Spanish Etude. The finger pattern we were using is this: P, I, M, I, A, I, M, I. Mixing the right hand fingers up just a bit there. Thumb playing the A note, index on the A, middle finger playing the C, index on the A finger on the E, index on the A, middle finger on the C, back to index finger on the A. String numbers were 5, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. So that's a good pattern to practice gaining independence within your fingers on the right hand. Excellent. Let's go now and talk about mixing up free strokes and rest strokes. And the next piece is a good example of using rest strokes when you're playing pickup notes or individual notes, and then when you're playing such as, or when you're playing 2 notes at a time using free strokes where all the notes are to be left ringing. This piece is called Andante. Great. So, using your fingers on the right hand is not just limited to classical music. That these styles work very nicely in other styles of music, such as jazz, where you're playing a lot of notes at the same time, or chord comping, or in folk and country. Or even pop and ballads. Whatever style, fingers can be used to play it. All right, so I hope you've gained just a little bit of insight today on basic right-hand finger technique for guitar. Hope to discuss this in more detail a little later on in future videos. Until then, I'm Randy Clay, and keep on picking.